Hi, hello, welcome to Coding here. In the last session, I had discussed how to design our classes as singleton classes. But in that classes, still some problems are there. So what is the problem and how to solve that problem today I'll discuss. Let's get started. So see, in this example, some problems are there. So what is the problem? Let's see. So here let's say this is the code, right? So let's say in multiple environment we can create multiple objects. That's why we make a synchronized block. So let's say 4 threads came. So this is t1 thread, this is t1 thread, and this is t2 thread, and this is t3, and this is t4 thread. So 4 thread came, and first thread came, it will lock. Then after thread 1 will lock, then t2 must have wait. So then for first thread it will check instance null or not. Now null, then create the new object. But for t2 thread and t3 thread and t4 thread, so these 3 thread must have to wait. Then it will go to the inside the synchronized block and check instance null or not. So if already object is created, right? If already object is created, there is no need to wait and check again and again. So to overcome these problems, we make a double checking solution. So if instance equal to null, first check, okay? So first check instance null or not. So t1 came, first check null, it's null. Then it acquire the lock. Then again check instance null or not. Null. Now this time it will create the object. Then t2 and t3 and t4 thread came and check instance null or not. Now this time null. So there is no need to wait, right? So directly it return the instance. So in this way we solve the performance issue. So now here we need to add one more if condition. So if instance equal to null, then only, so inside the if condition we write the synchronized block. Okay, so this is nothing but double checking solutions. So in this way we overcome these problems. But in some of cases, like using the reflection API, we can create the multiple object for a class, right? So here I show you how to create the object by using a reflection API. So first we need to load the class. So class equal to class dot for name, and by we need to pass the fully qualified name of the class. So this is the package name. Fully qualified name means package name with class name, singleton. Now this time it will, if the error throws the class not found exceptions. Okay, now see, here the constructor is private. First I access all the constructor from this class and make it as public. So how? Here see, constructor array, constructor equal to class dot get declared constructors. So it will give the all the array constructor. But in this class now only one constructor is there. So I can access by using only first index, right? So how? Now constructor of 0 dot set accessible true. Now this constructor is public. Now I create the object. How? See, singleton s1, let's say s1 equal to constructor of 0 dot new instance, right? So this will create the object. So now its return type is object. So I added to the so now this it will return the object. So convert to typecasting to singleton. Okay, same thing. I just copy and paste 3 times. Okay, now this time s1, s2 and s3. Okay, throws the exceptions, right? See, now we'll see the output. So sysout s1 dot hashcode plus s2 dot hashcode plus s3 dot hashcode. See the output. See, hashcode is different I got. So now multiple object is creating, right? So how to avoid these problems? So using the reflection API, we can create the multiple object for a singleton classes. So this is the problem. So now I solving. How? See. So make it as abstract class. Make it as abstract class. But problem is if I make it as abstract class, we cannot create the object for abstract class, right? So how to get the object? That's why I created one anonymous inner class. The anonymous inner class will create the object. So just the curly bracket and semicolon. So this is the anonymous inner class. This anonymous inner class will create the object for this class. Okay, so if we try to create the object, so see, it will get the exception like instantiation exceptions, means we can't instantiate. Okay, so in this way we overcome these problems. But some problems is there in this classes. Still some problems are there. So what is the problem? Let's see what is the problem. So now this time I just comment. See, in these cases, using the clone method, we can create the object. How? See, let's say singleton s1 equal to singleton dot get instance, and one more singleton s2 equal to s1 dot clone. So if we now see, the clone method will not work, because if we want to clone of a class, okay, the class must and should implements from clonable interface and override the clone method. Okay, so here the singleton class must have implements the clonable interface and override the clone method. Alt shift S V, override the clone method, then only we can clone. Now this time add to cast singleton. Okay, now throws the exceptions, clone not supported exceptions. See, now sys out s1 dot hashcode plus s2 dot hashcode. Now see the output. See, now two different object is created, right? First of all, in these cases, why we need to implement from clonable? Question arises, if this class will implement from clonable, then only we can create the object. If this class will not implement from clonable, we can't create the object. So why we implement the clonable? So this is the question. So there may be a chance. Let's say in example I'll show you. Let's say this is a singleton class, right? This is singleton class, and let's say this is our test class. This is our test class. Okay, so this class not implement from clonable in this time, so I can't create the object, but there may be a chance. Let's say one more class is there. Let's say this is a class called something, let's say a class a class a, and this class which is implements from clonable clonable, and this a class implements from clonable and override the clone method, and there may be a chance the singleton class is extend from the a class, right? So if this singleton class is extend from the a class, so by default the parent members or parent functionalities will come to the child class, right? So in that cases we can create the object of a singleton classes. That's why we need to handle that also. We need to implement from clonable, and in the override method we just throw new clone not supported exceptions. So now if you want to try to create the object, now this time we'll give a throw error, clone not supported exceptions, right? So in this way we can overcome these problems, but still in these classes problems is there. So what is the problem? Okay, in these classes now still problem is there. So problem is one more way is there, serialization. Okay, using serializing process or deserialization process we can create the object. So this time I am not showing how to create the object. If you really want to watch my video, I have given the link on my description, please refer. So to overcome that problem also we need to implement from serializable interface and write one method called protected object read result method, and in that read result method return the same instance, right? So in this way we can overcome these problems. So this is the final singleton design pattern. So in this way we can create the singleton design pattern. So if you really like this my video, please share and subscribe and like and comments also. So if you have any doubts, please comments in my comment sections. Thank you guys, bye bye.